5 seconds. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us in this spirit of perfect harmony. We are the Center for Spiritual Living West Georgia. We study and practice the philosophy and science of mind we know as God. And with our spiritual presence and participation in our service here this morning, we actually create a higher state of consciousness, rise above any negative energy we may have experienced this past week, and manifest love. We know love is synonymous to God, the most powerful yet most gentle force in the universe. Without further ado, we will proceed with our service, and Delta will proceed with meditation. Delta?
Good morning. If you would please join me in the morning meditation by gently closing your eyes and just taking in a few deep breaths. Just allow yourself to relax into the moment. Just taking some more deep breaths. And just bring in the awareness. Sometimes negative energies can build up inside you. Maybe you feel anxious, stressed, or angry. You may embody that stress and your body tightens up. When you feel this way, it's helpful to release these emotions, just like a pressure valve letting out steam. Time to let go of things that no longer serve you. Start by your intention. Allow yourself to open to the process. You don't need to force anything. Allow whatever arises to come up and be released as you take more deep breaths. And just let go, relaxing your entire body. Recognize the emotions that you're feeling. You don't need to do anything with them. Be aware. If there's any particular spot in your body where you feel the emotion, maybe in your stomach is in knots, or your shoulders are tense, or your chest feels tight, instead of trying to push the feelings away, allow them to pass through you. Embody them and let them go. Be simply notice how you feel without judgment or attachment. Breathe deeply in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let the emotions flow from your body into the air you breathe out, as they're being released into a vessel that will carry them away from you. Imagine that your emotions are a tight ball. Let the ball begin to spread throughout your body. As the ball spreads, it begins to dissipate. The emotions begin to melt away. You're breathing in peace and breathing out negative emotions. With every inhale, you feel calmer. With every exhale, you feel the emotions less. It may help to imagine your feelings as a cloud. As you continue to breathe in and out, The cloud begins to disappear. And watch the cloud go away. And as you sit there, you hear a voice in the distance telling you, "Today I am happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy." The voice loops over and over. Today I am happy. Today I am capable. Today I am worthy. And as you begin the rest of your day, take those words and feel the peace and calm. Just enjoy the way this feels, to just be. And now, if you would, gently integrate back into the body and back into the present moment, feeling wonderful all over. Wiggle your fingers and toes and be present. And so it is.
So it is. And in keeping with that beautiful message from Nelta, would you all stand and say with me our vision and mission statement? CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. I believe there is one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now and I rejoice in it, and so it is.
So it is, and please remain standing. Rachel's going to help me with our congregational today. This is a song everybody knows. It's called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands, but we made it not chauvinistic, and it's we've got the whole world. We've got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole wide world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the wind and the rain in our hands. We got the wind and the rain in our hands. We got the wind and the rain in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. Little babies, got the little tiny babies in our hands. We got the little tiny babies in our hands. We got the little tiny babies in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got you and me, sister, in our hands. We got you and me, brother, in our hands. We got you and me, sister, in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got everybody here in our hands. We got everybody here in our hands. We got everybody here in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the whole world
And we have Gloria today, who's going to do our reading. We see Gloria sit down and help us, and everybody gets hooked up with that microphone. And now today, Gloria's on the other end of the microphone. Welcome, Gloria.
Okay. I picked a reading today from this month's Science of Mind magazine. If you don't have it, you can get one here, or you can get a subscription, which I love it so much. I always find something very meaningful and appropriate to whatever I'm experiencing, and this just hit the spot. Okay. It is called The Time is Right by Sue Frederick. You have something important to do, even if you can't see it right now, even when you feel lost, pointless, without direction, floating in grief. That great thing still lives deep down inside you. When the time is right and the world is ready and you've learned what you need to learn, your great gift will pour out of you like a rainstorm, unstoppable and urgent. It will save every heart, crack the world wide open, pour light into the darkness, open minds, heal souls, and change lives, especially yours. This is the gift you agreed to bring into this lifetime. Nobody else, only you. You signed up for this. You orchestrated the precise childhood that would allow you to birth this gift. You designed the perfect pain to wake you up and break your heart wide open and turn everything you learned into wisdom that sings in just this key, just this chord that no one else can strike. This brilliance no one else can possibly deliver, and that nobody else can share in your exact way. This gift has your number and no one else is on it. It fits perfectly into the empty puzzle slot that's waiting to be filled. Not until every empty slot of this puzzle finds its piece can we change this world, light it up with consciousness and shift it over into bliss. When everyone brings their unique piece to the table, we all will win. And right now, everyone is wondering exactly where your piece is and when you'll bring it to the puzzle, because your gift is the tipping point, the one we've all been waiting for, and it will change everything. So hold open the doorway to your higher self. Let's say, for example, you've been laid off or fired, or maybe you didn't land that new job. You feel like the wind's been knocked out of you, like you've taken a punch to the gut. When you first hear the news, you notice a brief moment of calm because your ego mind momentarily is stunned into silence. This gap allows you to hear your higher self whispering, "Everything is okay, something better is waiting." This is all in divine order for your highest good. Your soul's wisdom speaks up the moment your ego mind receives a swift blow and is temporarily stunned into silence. We sometimes think of this as being in a state of shock. We feel numb and our mind goes quiet. But quickly, within minutes, the ego mind fires up and responds, "I don't deserve this. I'll never find another good job. How dare they? I'll lose my home." Your ego mind launches its battle of survival exactly as it was designed to. And this is the mind you agreed to have when you took a physical body for this incarnation. Yet it's only half of your mind. The other half holds the doorway to your higher self, the seat of your divine intuition and your true essence. In brief gaps when the ego is silenced, you can hear your higher self speaking the truth. Grab hold of that inner voice. It's the wisdom of your soul. Listen to it before your ego mind overpowers it with fear. Shortly after you get bad news of any kind, the ego mind shifts into full-blown desperation. That brief silent gap before the ego steps in is your opportunity for growth. Unrestrained, the ego mind can push you to the edge of sanity. During crisis, your sanity depends on how well you've learned to quiet your mind through meditation or other practices. When you indulge fear, you allow it to grow stronger until it becomes your boss. If you haven't developed the mental discipline to quiet your fearful thoughts, your ego mind will reign supreme. It will provoke you to defend yourself at all costs, trust no one. This ego-based attitude will destroy your happiness, success in relationships until you have recognized that fear does not serve your highest good. Everything changes the moment you listen to your soul's wisdom. You make a simple request. Please show me my soul's lesson in this crisis and help me to move through it with love and courage. That simple request calls wisdom to your side, fills you with light, opens your heart, brightens your mind, and leads to an enlightening new perspective. Your inner victim settles down and you feel empowered from within. Your soul created this moment to allow you to step into your wisdom, awaken to love, embrace spirituality. You're not being punished. You're not a victim. You've done nothing wrong. This simply is a reinvention point designed for your highest good. By embracing the lesson of the job loss, you discover a new career that brings you a greater level of meaningful work and abundance. You're not a victim of the economy, your manager, or corrupt politicians. You are a divine being who created this moment to shake up old patterns and free yourself to become who you came here to be. You've been stuck for too long, and this is your wake-up call. You didn't come here to live in fear, to be hidden or unimportant. You came to be grand and fearless, bold and awake, infused with wisdom. When you activate your divine lens, you see that this is who you are. Your ego, nurtured by teachers, priests, ministers, well-meaning loved ones, is your should self. This is who you should be to please others. This is what I should do to be practical and survive. Your higher self whispers, this is what I know to be true about my gifts and who I came here to be. I will take courage to follow the path that feels right. Your ego self and your divine higher self often are in direct opposition, pulling you in conflicting directions. Your should voice is a truth slayer. It's a defeater of wisdom and confidence. You can hush it with a prayer or heartfelt request for divine intervention. Everything shifts as soon as you say, I will not live in fear. When fear arises, I'll reach for love instead, and I'll find courage within my heart. That's it.
So it is.
That was beautiful. Rachel's going to help me sing a song this morning written by Dorothy and I's spiritual brother, Mr. John Stringer, who's been here several times and will be back in the fall. It's called You Are Welcome Here. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. You're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter who you are or who you call yourself, where you come from, there is a place in this world with open arms right here. Welcome to love, Welcome to peace. Welcome to our community. Be who you are. Let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. And you are welcome here. You are welcome here. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here. And no matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, this is the place in the world with open arms right here. You can sing with us. Welcome to love. Welcome to peace. Welcome to our community. Be who you are. Let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. And you are welcome here. Peace is welcome here. Love is welcome here. You are welcome here. Now we're going to sing it all together. I want to hear it. Right? Love is welcome here. Love is welcome here. Peace. Peace is welcome here. Peace is welcome here. Joy. Joy is welcome here. Joy is welcome here. And you are welcome here. You are welcome here. Thank you. Great song, isn't it? John did a good job. Yep, in this fall. And now, to introduce our beloved anymore. Shauna K. Hunter is our speaker today, and she's going to come and bring us peace and love and just with her presence, let alone with her message. So please welcome Shauna K.
Good morning, everyone. Well, let's get grounded a little bit here. You know, I gotta get me centered. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for this moment, for this time right here. Love is welcome here. Joy, peace is welcome here. We're all welcome here. We're all here for this grand occasion of gathering hearts meant from the beginning of time, from the Big Bang. All of this was meant. And so we're so grateful for each and every soul that is here today as we recognize our oneness with each other and the unconditional love of the divine that is in, through, and as each and every one of us. So Spirit, I ask that you just use me today. Let your love and light flow through, and everything that needs to be said, and everything that needs to be heard. We give you thanks for the unfolding of this time, for this gathering, for every loving being. And so it is. All right. So We started a few weeks ago having the kids read, and I got Victoria's lesson, and I made my thing on it, but she didn't come up today. Come on, Victoria, come on. You're welcome.
God is the only power in the universe, and I am one with God. Today, I accept the power of my imagination as the power God gave me. God's divine imagination is my imagination. God's eyes are my eyes. I use my imagination to visualize peace in the world. I see a peaceful world through God's eyes. I see love. I see friendship. I see good in my world, and everywhere I look, I am thankful because I see God, the world through God's eyes. And so it is.
Awesome, thank you. Because it was supposed to flow a little bit. So there's the flow. So I continue on that now. So there is one power, one presence in the universe. And this presence is God. It is love, it is light, and whatever name you call it. This presence has always been, it is now, and it will always be. This presence is love, unconditional love. Love with no strings attached love, just pure love. This presence is power, and this presence is the only power in the universe. This presence is everywhere present and is all that there is. That means that God, this presence, is right here in this very room. It's the air that we breathe. It's these chairs that we sit on. The presence is the equipment and everything that we see around us. Since this presence is all that there is, and I am this presence and God expressing. Since God, this presence, is all that there is, and you are God expressing. You and I are one, inseparable, and united in this presence. And as Eddie Watkins Jr., which I think is a musician out of Mile High Center for Spiritual Living, he has a song that I love that says, I am the place where God lives. And I rephrase that to say, we are the place where God lives, where God moves, breathes, and has its being. We are the place where God shows up. And the last time I spoke a little bit about this, about our divine nature through God, as power, and as love. And I've just been resonating with that and just affirming that a lot in my life, because sometimes we lose sight of who we really are. And we erroneously think that our conditions are us. But we're power and we're love, and we are creating our situations by our thoughts instead of our situations creating us. So the call today is to remember that we are the place where God lives, moves, and has its being, and to stand in our power and create the situations and lives that we wish to experience. So as Victoria read earlier, she spoke about the power of imagination as the power that God gave us. She mentions that God's divine imagination is my imagination, and God's eyes are my eyes. And let's just take a moment and just think about that. God's imagination is my imagination. God's eyes are my eyes. Accept and know that every part of this is true, and that is our superpower. The divine nature is our truth, our birthright, and our inherent nature and being. There is nothing that no one can do to take away this superpower, the power of imagination. But we can sabotage ourselves though, and consciously or unconsciously short ourselves of our awesomeness, because God can only do for us what it can do through us. So I invite us today to open up to the full flow of the divine through us as our lives. Don't short ourselves. It is with this power that we're creating our lives. Through our subconscious and the energy of our conscious and unconscious thoughts and words, we put forth the mold and are planting the seeds that are our reality. And we're planting the seeds today that will be our future. This is the law. The law takes the seeds of our thoughts and gives us the same fruits in our reality. And here we have our lives. This universal principle knows only to bring forth the seeds that we sow. So if we want apple, we have to plant an apple seed. If we have oranges, it's because we've planted orange seeds. It's a universal law, a principle, like a mirror or a mold. It only knows how to reflect the image and likeness of which it is given. And I have a few quotes today out of the Science of Mind. The first one here. The mind must conceive before the creative energy can produce. We must supply the avenue through which it can work. It is ready and willing. It is its nature to bring into being through our thoughts and action. We are so powerful, is what I get from that. We can create, and that creative mind, just think of it just waiting. All it knows is yes, it's just waiting. Like, what are we feeding into it? Let's use that imagination. That's our superpower. Let's be aware and intentional of what we are feeding the law. If we examine the world that we have created, what we're seeing are the results of what our thoughts and words have been in the past. Are those the results that we'd hope for? Or are there aspects of it that we absolutely love? Maybe we're already in that dream home, that dream job that we pray for. Can you trace back and see how your thoughts and the energy that you've had, the seeds that you've planted, brought forth that manifestation? I know I have countless examples of the law bringing my thoughts into reality. And for example, like every home that I've lived in, I would say in the past 15 years, I have mentally created the image of what I wanted before the home was manifested. I know for this last home that we have here in Douglasville, I visualize, and I usually take pen to paper and I write exactly what I want. The power of imagination, that superpower is what I'm talking about right now. So like every home I've owned or lived in the past 15 years, I wrote it down. I wrote down all the details. I let myself sit and visualize and just be one with what I want that home to feel like. How is it going to serve our family? The feelings I want it to have. And I'd write it down. And some of the details I put down for this home is I want a 4-bedroom house where one room would be my office. I want 2 bedrooms, or 2 bathrooms, and I want a car garage, etc. And one evening, my family and I were driving around looking for 4-bedroom houses. We looked it up on Zillow and we filtered it. We didn't want to see anything else but 4-bedroom houses. And we were driving around and we were up here and we passed the house that we meant to go to. So we turned on the next street and in the second driveway to kind of turn around to go. And in the driveway that we turned in, we realized that that home was for sale. And it was an open door. So we're like, hey, let's check it out. Because Open Door is one of those big flippers that you can just register and they give you the PIN and you can go in the house right away. You just send them a copy of your driver's license and you go in the house right away. So we're like, okay, let's just check this out. And we went into the home. It had 3 bedrooms. So it wouldn't show up on Zillow because it's only 3 and we filtered by 4. But what it had was a room that was specifically made for an office. Needless to say, that's now our home. Perfect. Perfect in every aspect of it. And my office just has that look through my window to see my front, my driveway. I see everybody coming in and out while I work all day. And Spirit also was looking ahead because since we bought that home, both our moms came to live with us. And we end up turning the basement and the garage into a 2-bedroom apartment. So we wouldn't have even known that that was it, because that basement was supposed to be half his man cave and half our gym, which kind of started like that, but then we had to shuffle stuff around. But that's Spirit for you. And that's the power, the superpower that we have when we're aware and intention. And this wasn't in here, but let me just throw in there just the right thoughts and the right mindset that goes with that. And how about something else in our lives that we don't like? Or maybe it's our finances, our health, our relationships, our jobs. Can we trace the origin of those thoughts and energy to how they came about? Like the good thoughts, I've also had countless examples of manifestations in my life that I really didn't want. And I could trace it back to look at my thoughts and my intentions. An example of this, I'll throw this in as well. This year, after I completed tax season, I'm a CPA, so it comes with some amount of stress and exhaustion. It should happen, it's tax season, right? But this year hit really, really hard. And I noticed that I was working 7 days per week. I was stressed, I was exhausted, and I was getting headaches constantly. I knew that this is not the life that I want. I also manifested the business, but God, this is not how I want to be working in the business. So I could not see my way out of it personally, so I reached out for help. And that's when I started working with my coach, a CSL minister out of Albuquerque Center for Spiritual Living, and someone that I've worked with in the past. And working with Jane, she is so good. She showed me immediately what that thoughts and energy that I was putting into law and why the fruits I was getting and experiencing the burnout and the stress. I was working 7 days a week, and I felt like I could not take a day off, else everything was gonna blow up. Any business owners in here that probably can relate to that? When you run your own business, hours, and there's no overtime. So Jane asked me to commit to 1 day off. I nervously agreed because I was like, no, I can't, but I nervously agreed. I thought that stuff was gonna hit the fan. But I did, and I started taking Saturdays off. And since then, I am happy to say that stuff did not hit the fan. I'm getting my work done, and I am happier. I have not had a headache in weeks, and this was almost daily. And things are working out. Again, it's the power of your intention. I believe that I had to work 7 days, else stuff was gonna hit the fan. And when I changed that intention and I have time for my family, I make time for me, and everything still works out. Everything did work out. So I get up at 3 a.m. most mornings, and I've been doing this since high school, so it's just a thing. I'm a morning person, and now even more so because I have kids. I just have to get some me time. And I used to just get up and do a short devotion and run straight to work, because this has to go out, and this client needs this, and da-da-da-da-da. And working with Jane, I've changed that intention. I still get up at 3 a.m., but I don't start work until after the kids go to school around 7:30. I get up, I have my devotion, my meditation. It's not short anymore because I need my long, nice meditations. I do that. I've been going to the gym in the morning, and I'm just doing stuff to take care of me. It's possible. There's time enough in the day to take care of me and my family. And again, just stuff is working out. It's not blowing up as my thoughts were telling me that it was going to blow up if I changed that lifestyle. And I'm managing my time. Yes, it requires for me some structure, a timetable, and some dedication to time and scheduling things that I want to prioritize. And then I'm working. I mean, I still work maybe like from 7 to 6, which is still a good 11, 12-hour day. But I'm taking the weekends off. I haven't worked weekends in about 6 weeks. Like, I even take Sundays off now. For me, it's a big thing. For me, it's a very, very big thing. And it's just, it's a testament to what we tell ourselves and what we experience, because that is what we're telling ourselves. So I'm affirming something else. I'm affirming that I have enough time to take care of myself, my family, and my clients efficiently, accurately, competently. Consciously or unconsciously, we create our lives. If the results are not to our liking, consciously or unconsciously, we can change those results by changing our thoughts and energy, not by might, but by our superpower, that all power that lives within us, and by our intentions. Speak only of that which you want and step out on faith that the law will say yes. Matthew 7:7-8 says, "Ask and it will be given you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who seeks finds, and everyone who knocks the door will be open." Ask. I want more time. I don't want to be stressed. I almost quit and went to find a job somewhere because I'm like, and that was another part of it, come to think of it. It's like, okay, what is it in that job that I want? I want to be able to go to work in these hours and have my weekends. So that was also a part of it. And I started to build from what is it that I want and ask for that. And again, not by might, just speaking what I want and then following through on what is required. Being committed to what I say I'm going to be committed to. I'm going to make time to meditate. I'm going to make time for my family. I'm going to take Saturdays off. And I'm going to watch that stuff does not hit the fan. I have another one here from Ernest Holmes. It's a little bit longer, but it's about the mold that we're giving it, right? The mold that we're giving spirit to fill. In an iron foundry, the pig iron is thrown into a great furnace and melted. That which was solid becomes liquid. Then it is poured into molds, which are fashioned into different shapes. The iron itself neither knows nor cares what particular form it takes. It is formless and ready to take any form supplied. If we did not place it in the proper mold, the liquid will assume no particular form. This is the way it is in dealing with the subtle energy of spirit. But the mold are made of our own subjective minds through conscious and specific thoughts, purpose, and direction. We should be careful not to think that because we make the mold, we must create the substance. It already exists. It is the part of the life in which we live, a part of the universal energy. Definite molds or concepts decide the shape, which is to be created from the general liquid. This should prove to us that there is a specific technique in mental treatment that we should never overlook. If we wish a certain good, we must instill into our minds a realization of this specific good And then, as this idea is the mold we place in mind, it will be filled by the substance necessary to complete the manifestation of this good in our lives. If there is a man seeking to demonstrate, he must tell himself and that he has faith in this power, in his ability, in the principle, and in the certainty of the demonstration for which he works. Faith, being a mental attitude, is according to law. And even though one doubts, one can overcome this doubt and create the desired faith definitely. As Gloria read this morning too. I was so resonating with that. And with that, that reminds me of one of my favorite songs in church growing up. It was like, Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Break me, melt me, mold me, and fill me. They're in a reality that we want to break and just put as liquid and give it new mold to create new substance. And as this says, it's not by might. The energy is already there, willing and waiting to take whatever mold you give it. We are powerful. You, me, we're powerful. That's our superpower, to give it that mold. Proverbs 23:7 says, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If I believe I got to work and toil and strife, that's going to be it. But if someone can show me differently, that says, no, it doesn't have to be like that. You're the superwoman here. You create the life that you want. Then it can be different. I accept the power of my imagination as the power that God gave me. And this is the call to be clear and intentional about what it is that we want. Do not for a moment allow your thoughts about what you don't want to enter into your unconsciousness, unless these negative thoughts are here to provide clarity of what you want. Because sometimes we're stuck in negative thinking and we don't even know we're doing it. We have to learn to neutralize and override negative thoughts with positive affirmations. A lot of these negative thoughts are buried so deep into our unconsciousness. We have to go down there and clean house. And another one here. James 1:6-7 says, but when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like the wave of a sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord, but I'm going to say law, and you will receive. You will receive. Whatever you're putting in there, you will receive. Faith in a certain specific statement has the power consciously to oppose, neutralize, erase, and obliterate the opposite mental attitude. By faith, we can liberate the negative mental thinking. One technique that can help to clean house is using positive affirmations with your imagination. When a negative thought arises, notice it and affirm the opposite in faith. If the thought is that I can't afford to take a day off, affirm the opposite. That is, I can take a day off and allow myself time to take care of myself and my family. And there is time enough to do that. And so it is. And then see ourselves taking that time. That's the imagination piece. So whatever those negative attitudes are, maybe it's your finances. I'm broke, right? Let's neutralize that, because that's not our truth. I have everything I need. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. And when you need some help, just remember that money tree right there. Visualize that. Visualize that energy. Money is coming to me easily, effortlessly. I am in the flow. I have everything that I need. If the thought is, I'm not good enough, notice that thought. That's a negative emotion, and you will feel that in your body. Whatever the negative emotion is, you feel it in your gut. You feel low. You feel, ugh. That's the moment to realize that frequency is mighty low. This is not the truth of who I am. Pause, take a minute, and affirm this is not my truth. Affirm the opposite. I am enough, and in this moment, I have everything I need to be and do everything that I came here to be and do. I am enough. I'm too scared to do this, whatever. The power of God within me can do this. I am afraid of what others will say. God, you put this in my heart, and I step out in joy and courage. Positive affirmation changes the energy and frequency of our thoughts, and it creates a different mold for spirit to fill. I feel like crap. No, I feel amazing. My body is fantastic, and everything I need for this fantastic body is right here, right now. I have wisdom, and spirit leads me to the right physician, nutritionist, and all the resources that I need to help me exist and feel in this fantastic self. And the final one, the world is so bad and getting worse. First of all, stop watching so much TV. Pause. I see the good in my world. I bring the good to my world, and everything and everyone around me is good. The entire frequency of the planet will rise when more of us begin to think about that holistically. Practicing powerful affirmation, even in the face of adverse situation, because it does take a little bit of denial. It does. But if we focus on the fact of what we're denying, that's what we're going to get. So we do have to take some denial. But we don't want to do a spiritual bypass either. Because if it is something that you're experiencing, maybe it is something you need to sit with for a little. Why am I experiencing this situation? It's not the truth of who I am. However, why am I experiencing this? Be with that and allow wisdom to show you that, what it is. But then affirm your truth and don't allow yourself to stay stuck in that sulkiness or in the state of feeling defeated. If we're struggling with a particular negative thought, let's affirm the opposite. Because when we are in that thought, again, our throat, our body just feels so constricted. And if that is you, I suggest with any topic, then practice positive affirmation and allow your heart, your throat, your body to soften and your energy to recalibrate to your truth. One of the things I do when I'm struggling with any truth in any situation, I listen to positive affirmation videos on YouTube. Some are a few minutes long, some are hours long. And I listen to them, sometimes when I work, sometimes when I drive, sometimes when I go to sleep. Because I know that energetically, that is breaking the mold of what is for something else to be born. It's breaking and melting that subconscious belief. It's going down deep and cleaning house subconsciously. By listening to that, I am good. I have everything that I need. I have enough. There is enough time in the day to take care of what I need to take care of. I am well fed. I am well supplied for. God is my source, and God continues to fill me with everything that I need. It's breaking the mold. It's going down in the subconscious. And at first, it may not even seem real. It may not seem true. But again, some of our negative thoughts are so deep. We need that affirmation to go deep and break that up. And in closing, I remember that God's divine imagination is my imagination. See only the good that you desire. We are powerful creators, co-creating with the divine. Our thoughts have immense powers. They are our superpower. Our words have immense powers. Let's be mindful of where we allow our thoughts and words to focus. Let's be proactive about the life that we're creating. Let's be intentional. We're powerful beyond measure. And here in the Science of Mind, I'll end with that. It stands to reason that if thought, faith, prayer, hope, and appreciation are anything at all, they are definite. And if they are definite, they must be specific. And if they are specific, then they unquestionably will accomplish their desires. So by faith, hope, let's breathe that in closing. God is all that there is, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for our superpowers. I'm so grateful for the power of our mind and our thoughts. I'm so grateful that what is not an indication of what is to be. I'm so grateful for life and for all the way that it shows up, because those are our creations. And I'm so grateful for the power to neutralize. And in this gratefulness, I recognize the one life, one God, one presence, one spirit, one love, unconditional love and power. That power and life in me, and as every soul seated here today, as us, we're superpowers in God, as God, co-creating the life that we want. And we intentionally, now I declare and decree that our intentions are pure. I'm so happy that we're tuned and tapped in, that we can recognize when that negative thought is there nagging at us. We don't want to experience that negative fruit. So by our superpower, we're co-creating something different. I now realize our thoughts. We realize our thoughts. And we don't allow the negative mold to sit and take root, giving us the negative circumstances. We're superpowers, and we give it the mold that we intentionally want to create. And I'm thankful for the superpower to co-create with the divine, the beautiful, luscious, abundant, freeing, happy, stress-free life that is our birthright, our inherent nature. I give thanks for the freedom. I give thanks for the thoughts and the energies, the positive affirmation that it is ours to create the new life, the better life, or the same fantastic life. We're powerful beyond measure. I thank you, Spirit. And I release these words into the law, and I let it be. And so it is.
So it is. Let's give Shauna some love.
Oh.
I told her she gets better every week. Very good. I have a song I'm going to sing for you this morning that I wrote a couple of years ago. I was in a metaphysics workshop, and the teacher said, he was talking about forgiveness, and he said, how long do you punish yourself for your mistakes? 30 minutes, 30 months, or like my sister did, 30 years. So I wrote this song. It's called Forgive Yourself. Tell God your secrets, I'll tell mine. Name your mistakes, it's healing time. There's magic in the telling, and I'm telling you, forgiveness is a river, just let it flow over you, through you. How long will you punish yourself 30 days, 30 months, or 30 years. You've built mountains of regrets, cried oceans of tears. How long till you forgive yourself? How long till you let go and let God? How long till you forgive yourself? How long? There's no mistakes here, just lessons to learn. Pray for tomorrow and let the past burn. There's magic in the telling, and I'm telling you, forgiveness is a river, let it flow through you, let it flow through you. How long will you punish yourself? 30 days, 30 months, or 30 years. You've built mountains of regrets, cried oceans of tears. How long till you forgive yourself? How long till you let go and let God? How long till you forgive yourself? How long till you let go and let God? How long? To err is human, to forgive is divine. You built your prison and you've done your time, and it's time to forgive yourself. It's time to let go and let God. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to let go and let God. You've built mountains of regrets, you've cried oceans of tears, and it's time to forgive yourself. It's time to let go and let God. It's time. Thank you. Thank you.
What great messages today, everybody, right? Oh my, thank you again, Shauna Kay. And great song. I hadn't heard you sing that one before, Cynthia. Oh, it's new. Last week she recorded it. All right. Yay, Cynthia. Beautiful. You're going to do it more often now. Okay.
Yeah.
We got her promise. Well, guess what, folks? It's giving time. It's conscious giving time. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is a practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or check in the envelope that's in your bulletin. You can donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. You can also donate online using your personal Breeze account. We acknowledge online giving by using our online giving card. If you did not pick one up at the door, please take one from Ronnie and place it in the collection plate. Now, as one consciousness for prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Freely I give, freely I give, giving from my heart, from my soul. You can sing it with me. Freely I Consciously I give, consciously I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Consciously I give, consciously I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. Our announcements today. First of all, next week, we have a wonderful speaker again who has graced us with her presence. Dawn Scotland will be here. Woohoo! Thank you, Dawn. We're looking forward to it. Also, we have a monthly board meeting coming up next week, and board and members of the community can sit in on that if you like. We have Thursday night, our study group, which is really fun and exciting and very spiritually based. And everybody's having a great time and learning a great deal. So you can join us online. Dorothy is wonderful at that. But please come and be with us here in the center. It's really what we always say, we're better together. Starts at 7:30, goes till about 9 o'clock. And this week we have popcorn. So there'll be some little snacky, all right? Also, I wanted to kind of catch you up on Connie. As we know, Connie has had about 12 days in the hospital. On Tuesday, I went to see her, and Lily came, and she was released. So we were there for her to be able to go home, and Lily graciously took her home. She should not be driving. But she's still not doing her best. And Cynthia told me this morning that she talked to her yesterday, and they were considering putting her back in the hospital. So let's all please pray, call her, support her in any way that we can, because we know how much we dearly love our Connie. And I told her this morning she's going to watch online. I was going to wave. Good morning, Connie. We all send our love. Lily's waving from the back. Lois, we're all here for you. We love you.
When is Reverend Bronte coming?
Pardon me?
When's Reverend Bronte?
She'll be here in September.
In September.
September 10th, I think.
Uh-huh.
I have to look at my calendar. Reverend Bronte, and I'm glad you brought that up, is a retired Unity minister, but she's also practiced CSL. And
She was a minister in Unity Athens for 18 years. I sang for them many, many times. She's a wonderful speaker. And she always has some fascinating topics, so you don't want to miss her.
She's retired now, and so we're delighted that she contacted Cynthia, and I've had time on the phone with her, and she's lovely. So just to let you know. And anyone, this morning with Shauna's fabulous message today, if any of you are having any issues that you need prayer treatment for, this is the girl to help you. And we have set up chairs back in our little office space. So please contact Shauna after the service, and you're welcome to go back into the office and sit down quietly with her. And she's available other times. I'll let her tell you about that. So, but please do take advantage of that beautiful spirit that we have living right here in our building. Thank you, Shauna. Let's see. Oh, our social media. We want you all to know that we're on every available social media content I think that we can be on. And they're all up here on the screen. Yes. So you all can read those. And I hope you all are getting, have been signed up and getting our newsletters that we put out. Everybody signed up, if not. see Ronnie, and she'll make sure that you are. All right. All right, everybody, before we close with our community song, please stand and say our closing affirmation together. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good comes from us. Only good comes to us. And so it is.
Oh, thank you. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With Spirit as Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yay, yay. Good job, everybody.